Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Julie's Orchids. On the table before you, you see 4 little plants that are potted in bark. So this means today we have a little haul. I went to an Orchid Society meeting on Friday and I bought some plants and I won a plant in a raffle. So yeah, let's have a look at what we got. Okay, guys, so as we mentioned in the intro that I went to the Orchid Society meeting. I belong to the Orchid Society of Western Australia, and that society meets on the 4th Friday of the month. So last Friday was Orchid Society meeting, and we went on in and learned a lot of stuff. But we have sort of a thing we do at our meetings where you can buy raffle tickets and they raffle off, little seedling orchids and orchid supplies and accoutrements. And it's 50 cents a raffle ticket. So I bought $3 worth of raffle tickets because I'm a big spender. And on the very first draw that they made, I had my number pulled. And so I got to pick from the winners table. And I was very chuffed to find that they have a species. So I left Friday night with 3 species and a zygopedilum. And yeah, you can't get much worse than scoring 3 species in a night. So my winner that I had from my $3 worth of lottery tickets is this here Brassavola cuculata. And I've been looking for a Brassavola cuculata for a long time. And in Perth here, they're quite difficult to find. Now this is planted in my favorite, styrofoam. But I'm gonna leave it in this as long as I possibly can because I want one of these new growths that we've got right here to start putting out new roots. And then I think I'm gonna mount this. So I've been looking for this plant for quite some time, and lo and behold, they had it on the winner's table, and I snatched that up with my winning raffle ticket. Yay! So I'm gonna skip this other little tiny one for now because this one's quite special. But I'm gonna go back to now, this I got off the sales table. And like I said, I was able to walk out of the orchid meeting with 3 species and a nice zygopedilum hybrid. But this here is a species. This is an encyclia. We've got a new growth right here. We've got a new growth right there. And this is Encyclia belizeanensis. I'm sure I mispronounced that. Also known as Encyclia guatemalensis, and this will give you an idea that this is from Central America and Mexico. So I'm pretty chuffed to get this one. They've had a few of these floating around the different orchid meetings and sales tables, and I've been trying to grab one, and I was never fast enough, but I pounced at the sales table this time and was able to get this nice healthy plant. It's potted in bark. We've got new growths coming. This one's going to get repotted in the very near future. Okay, so now we'll talk about this other little one here. And this one was what they reference as the club plant. So every meeting, the club gets as many of these same kind of little plants as they can get. And it will vary from meeting to meeting on what kind it is, but then you can pick one of these up for $10. So $10, I got a species. Now this is a Dendrobium amululum. I'm not going to pronounce that right. A molulum. And this is an Australian native plant that is going to be and maintained to be quite small, but not this small. and it likes fast draining soil. So I was really quite excited to get this one, even though, yes, I have a lot of dendrobiums. And I said in the past before that I wasn't likely going to get many more. But this is a miniature, and it has the most delicate of little white flowers. And it's pretty commonly seen along the east coast of Australia. My neighbor Maria just came by and I showed her my new score, and she's like, oh wait, I've seen that growing. And she's like, you're so lucky, they're so pretty, because she's actually from the east coast in the Sydney area, and she's actually seen this one because she said, oh, is this the one with the delicate little white flowers? So she was very happy to see that I got this. But this one, I was told at the meeting, needs to be mounted. So Maria, being the good neighbor that she is, and her husband, I asked her if she had any fishing line, because I don't fish, but Maria's husband Pete does. And I asked for just, about a meter of fishing wire. And so Pete gave me, just have it. So I've got enough fishing line for years, maybe decades, because I don't do a lot of mounting. But yeah, so thank you, Pete, neighbor Pete, and Maria, for looking out for my chids, because now we've got plenty of fishing line. Who knows, maybe I'll take up the sport and try fishing here in Perth. But yeah, so we're going to mount these two on other videos, and we finally have fishing wire, plenty of it, to go around. So you'll have to, subscribe, hit the like button, all of that stuff, to see how these two little ones go from their little styrofoam setups to being mounted. Well, now let's talk about the beauty in the room. So this was the most expensive plant that I purchased. Encyclia belizeanensis I paid $10 for. This one I paid $35 for. And it's a zygo. I'm really getting into zygos. They've got these very interesting color combinations on the flowers. The flowers are pretty thick and solid and waxy, and they smell so nice. I just am really getting into the zygos. Zygos are, again, quite interesting plants. So they will mature their flower spike before their pseudobulb that it's grown off of matures. But I had to get this one for a couple of different reasons. A, the flowers are just gorgeous. And B, this is Zygopetalum Purple Panther by Arthur R. Ellie by Jade Dragon Chocolate. Now, the Purple Panther was the part of it that really grabbed me for this one, because I have a Phragmipedium Pink Panther, and now I have a Zygopetalum Purple Panther. So that was why I bought this. Pretty flower. It's got panther in the name. I've got a pink panther in my Phragmipedium, and now I have a purple panther. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And yes, this one is in bark and styrofoam, and it doesn't look like it started putting out new roots yet on its new growth. So we'll have a look down here. So the new growth doesn't really look like it's putting out any new roots yet. So I'm going to let this one sit until that flower spike goes, and then I'm going to repot it into my preferred setup, and I will make a video on that one. So again, you guys need to stick around. Give me a subscribe, a like, and stick around for the eventual repotting of Zygopetalum Purple Panther. Well, there you have it, guys. A little mini haul following a orchid meeting. We've got some follow-up videos that will be coming on all of the orchids here. So again, I'd like to ask you to please subscribe to the channel so you can follow up on those. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. A subscribe would be great. And everyone have a fabulous day.